Well, good morning. Welcome to the 11:11 gathering. This is Frank in Williamsburg, and you've joined us as we continue our journey today through the book Faith Without Religion. That is this book. No, how do you do that? Let's do it that way. That's it. Faith Without Religion. There you go. If you don't have one, you can get them on Amazon. This is not a shameless commercial. We're not really here to sell books, but we're here to make sure that you have the tools that you need to effectively do what the Lord wants you to do. And this can be a good starting point. If you're not a book person, there is a digital version that's available. It's just $1 or so. So it's basically for free. That would allow you also to follow along. But if nothing else, the great thing about videos is you can pause them, you can rewind them, you can listen to them again. So sometimes you may find that in order to get the fullness of what's in there, or to have time to just pray and meditate on, maybe there's a message directly in the words for you, you need to go over it a couple of times. So highly encourage you to do that. Well, we've arrived at entry number 68. It doesn't matter if this is your first visit, because you can always go back and catch up, and not necessarily in a chronological order. Some days there may be something that's very valuable to you or to someone that you know, and other days it may just be valuable to hear some different ideas. But either way, we're very blessed that you're here, and we hope that you find it a blessing by being here. So today's entry is actually called Making Decisions. So let me get that ready for you. Breaking old habits and introducing new ones is as easy as making the decision that it's going to happen, says God. The problem for many is that they do not have a proper understanding of what it means to decide to do something. A decision means to cut off the possibility of any other outcome. And this is the missing ingredient for most. You have to decide that you're going to live your life in the way that we have been discussing. And then it will happen because no other possibility exists. Never make the mistake of saying that you are going to try to do something. That is foolish. A decision has to be made and then adhered to. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Once we have created a new plan together, it will provide a perfect opportunity to show what progress is being made over time. To implement this plan effectively will require more diligence and focus than anything that has been asked of you before, says God. It will push you to new levels of obedience. This is the way that will lead you through the door into the fullness of my abundance. Wow. Well, short but powerful today. One of the scriptures that the Lord told us to look at in conjunction with this was from the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 37. And here's what he said. But let your word yes be yes, and your no be no. And what goes beyond these is from the wicked one. Pretty simple to understand. Let your yes be yes, and your no be no. Be a man of your word, or a woman of your word. Let's say be a person of your word. But in other words, what you say must be accurate. Don't be double-minded. Don't be varying from one to the other. Don't be unsure, because those are all works of the enemy. You know, walking in God's Spirit makes things very definitive and very easy to understand where you are, and for other people to understand where you are. And when you get recognized as being a person of your word, it's amazing how much confidence people will start to show in you. And then they'll seek your wisdom and your counsel, and you'll be able to be a blessing to other people. Remember, none of this stuff that we're talking about requires you to be a special person. You just have to be prepared to make a special effort. because in the wicked world that we live in, it's not easy to stand up and be a warrior for the Lord. It's easier just to blend in with everybody else and make sure you got their pronouns right and be scared of offending anybody with anything you might say, so you say nothing. That's not for us. We are not allowed to do that because we're supposed to stand up for truth. So it's time to start doing that. Well, that's it for today. We'll look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow as we continue our journey through the book. Until then, have a blessed day. Bye for now.